Hello and welcome to another quick review. This one will be about the BMW S1000RR suspension settings. A few words about the bike. So I do have a front Brembo monoblock calipers instead of a standard one. So these one are from KTM. They do work quite well, they fit well, wide variety of brake pads available. To do the swap you would need to remove the metal inserts out of here, and also you would need to replace the brake line all the way from here to the ABS unit over there under the seat, and that line is from HP4 because these parts are actually just painted the same, like with the same construction as those on the HP4. So another upgrade I have is just a Krapovic slip-on. I do run -4mm eccentric for the swing arm pivot, and this is to relax the swing arm angle, again to increase the stability, and also put the sag into the right place, because with a standard configuration on this bike, the sag is 10mm of bike on its own weight, and then my weight, which is 83 kilograms without gear, adds another 10mm, and 20mm total sag in the rear. It's just nonsense. Not sure why BMW did that, but it does not make any sense. So to bring the rear into like a normal sag settings, you need to do the pivot inserts and also invert the insert on the shock itself, so into the lowest position. So it's just a standard insert inverted, which increases the length of the shock by 5mm. So the preload on the spring, it's 10mm in here, about I think it's the same as the stock preload actually. So, because on this bike, and I did review on this before, on this bike, if you just with a stock configuration, the stock inserts here in the stock position, this eccentric, if you just decrease the spring preload to get the sag right, when you get the bike on its own weight to sag too much, and actually the swing arm link gets into the position when it becomes really hard, very progressive. So, and this configuration which I have, -4 inserts here, inverted insert on the shock, eccentric on the shock, gives the right suspension setup, which is about 11mm bike on its own weight and 28mm when I sit on the bike, which I consider to be very good. Now, on the shock itself, so I have high speed compression at 4, low speed compression at 4, spring preload 10mm of a thread showing in here. So 10mm here, and the rebound is at 4 as well. So in the front I have 5 turns in from full soft on a preload adjuster. I run the rebound damping at 7, and this is for the hot days when it's above 20 Celsius. If it's below 20 Celsius, then 6 would work better. And the compression setting is at 6 as well. So, and it does work well under pretty much any temperatures I have ridden the bike yet. So that's regarding suspension configuration. Yeah, so we have five turns in on the preload adjuster here. My front sag is right at 35mm. So with this bike, yesterday I've been on a truck. I tried the setup on a truck, not pushing too hard, just reasonably hard. And I think the tire wear is quite okay. No thread disfiguration or nothing like that. This just a little bit from the beginning of the session when I had my compression damping settings at 5, both high speed and low speed, and then I moved it to 4, and this thing kind of stopped, but I did it on very last session, so that didn't clean the tire completely, but it became a little bit better. So that's all about the suspension settings on the bike. Let's do some suspension bouncing test. Hopefully that will show how equally suspension is working, like Dave Moss style. Alrighty, so that's it. So that's my configuration. You may have some different opinion, but I can tell you this configuration does really work well. And I'm certain, even though if you do not, like me, increase the length of a wheelbase actually of a motorcycle, so I run 120 links rear with chain of 120 links to increase the wheelbase, and I also have 44 tooth sprocket in the rear comparing to 45 stock on a 2012 model. So this sprocket is from a model year 2010-2011, fits perfectly well. Again, increases the wheelbase a little bit, and I do like, let's say, that longer gearing because I use it on the street as well. Also, that gearing gives a bit of let's say, faster top end, because with this setup, with 44 tooth rear sprocket, the maximum speed at maximum power is 292 kilometers an hour, and with a 45 tooth rear sprocket has come stock on 2012 model, the maximum speed at maximum power is 286, and everything above that is just, you know, pushing it to a red line above the peak power. So this just makes bike faster. So increased wheelbase gives higher stability in the turns. It gives also ability to open, like do a full throttle at any point in time, exiting the turn, and you just basically not wheeling, not trying, the bike is not trying to wheelie that much on the third gear especially, so you can put a full engine power to a tire without compromising the front end stability. So this is quite a good setup, I said. Okay, anyway, too many words. That's it for now. Have a good day and bye bye.